the defense. You've talked in glowing terms, and I understand why looking at it. How did you look at the units when you broke it down? And then collectively, what Sharon Moore has on that side of the ball for U of M, which should lead the way.
Yeah, this is a top 5 defense, no doubt about it. You look at them up front on the defensive line. Now, I don't think they have the depth that they had last year, but you look at the starting 4 guys. They've got Derek Moore, Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Josiah Stewart. Next year, when you're watching the NFL draft, I figure those 4 guys are pretty much all in it. That's a heck of a front line. There's not as much experience in the depth, so depth is a question mark up front, but I love the 4 starters. You go to the linebacker position. I mean, bringing in Jayshon Barham from Maryland, I thought was huge. Barham's a guy that was one of my top-rated linebackers out of high school, 235 pounds. He's got tons of starting experience. That's really good. And then Hausman is another guy that had 49 tackles last year. He's a transfer that had come in from Nebraska and fit into the system well. So very happy with the linebacking core. I rate the defensive line number 4 in the country. I rate the linebackers number 18. And then you go to the secondary. You got Will Johnson, one of the best cornerbacks in the country, strong safety Makari Page. And then they add in Louisville's free safety, Wesley Walker, as well. I've got him the number 8 defensive back. So it's a top 5 defense. No questions at all about the defensive side of the ball for me.
Hey, Phil, I don't know if you have an answer for this, but I wanted to ask you the question anyway. So Wink Martindale comes in and takes over. He had been in the pros for so long as the defensive coordinator, as Jesse Minner. He follows Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers, and before that it was Mike McDonald, who's now the Seahawks head coach. But Wink was he kind of I don't know if he invented, but his scheme, it is the scheme that he brought in, and these guys have fine-tuned it. But there's some Michigan fans that think that Wink blitzes too much. Do you feel like has anybody talked about that with you, about maybe Wink is too blitz happy?
That has been the one critique that I have heard. I didn't get to talk to Coach Martindale directly, so I can't tell you that. But that is the one thing that I've heard. And generally, blitzing is good. You get a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but you can also give up some big plays. You go back to that Michigan-Ohio State game a couple of years ago where big plays won it for Michigan, because Ohio State was too blitz happy. So it is something to look at. But the good thing is we know it's all pretty much close to the same system that they've been running.